Hey guys, Anna Kate with Anna Kate Fitness. I am back in Mexico for the week and I am in show prep. You guys, I am 12 and a half weeks out from my competition, so that means I have to stay dialed in while I'm on vacation here. Luckily, I do have access to a full kitchen. I have access to a gym. When you're on competition prep, it's kind of a non-negotiable to be able to have access to those things. So I'm going to show you a little bit about some of the foods that I ate while I was here, also show you my workouts that I did while I was here, and just some fun and beautiful photos from the Riviera Maya, Mexico. So first I went to Mexico City. I had a tattoo appointment, so I ended up getting a half sleeve tattoo while I was there, which did kind of cease my workouts for about 2 days. I wasn't able to work out for 2 days while I was there, but I did work out the other 2 days. I was there for a total of 4 days in Mexico City. I stayed in a really nice Airbnb in the Roma Norte district, which is in the downtown. It's a really nice, safe area in Mexico City, so I was able to do lots of walking around. I didn't rent a car or anything, so I walked everywhere, even to the gym, and then was able to find healthy options pretty much everywhere I went. I had a full kitchen in my Airbnb, so I was able to cook a lot of my meals, and then I ate out for about 1 or 2 meals and ordered some Panda Express while I was getting my tattoo done because it took us all day. It was about 8 hours total for my tattoo. Panda Express surprisingly actually has some pretty good options. You can get like a vegetable, a protein, and just some rice there on the side. So I was tracking my macros for this whole trip. So made sure that I tracked my food. I did not have a food scale with me, so I just tried to guesstimate as best as I could during this trip. After getting my tattoo, which was extremely painful, by the way, I don't know if anyone else understands the struggle of getting a full arm done within a day or two and having it fully shaded and colored. Worst pain of my life, for sure. But I'm really happy with the results. Happy for it to start healing up. It's been about 5 days since I've gotten it now, so it's starting to peel and starting to heal really nicely. So after Mexico City, I flew to Cancun and then went and stayed in my condo, which is in Puerto Morelos, which is like 15 minutes from Cancun. And here I also have a full kitchen and I'm really familiar with the town, so it did make it a little bit easier. But once you really understand A, how to track macros, B, how to find healthy options everywhere you go, it's really not bad. I should have brought my food scale because then I could have been a little bit more accurate with it, especially since I am in show prep. But I figured I'm far out enough, 13 and a half weeks, that it would be okay if it wasn't super specific and accurate. And then when I get home, I'll be bringing my food scale. Anything under 10 weeks out, around that time frame, everything will need to be weighed out and I will be a lot more consistent and accurate with the amounts of foods that I'm eating. I have 2 bikes here that I leave at my condo for Airbnb guests to rent out as well. I also have a moped and I rent a car while I'm here as well because sometimes I have to drive on the highway and I don't like to take my moped or the cars or the bikes on the highway, of course. So I have a car while I'm here too, but I tried to ride my bike most places. I rode my bike to the gym pretty much every day, or lots of walking. This town is small enough that people walk pretty much everywhere. The beach is a really far walk, so I was able to ride my bike to the beach quite a few times and enjoy some sunshine. Kept my tattoo covered up while I was in the sun, but other than that, I was able to enjoy and relax on the beach for a few days. So enjoy some lovely photos of my time here on the beach. My last night here, I attended a cacao ceremony. It was absolutely beautiful. We had yummy cacao, which I tracked it as like hot chocolate with no sugar. So I tracked 2 cups of that because I had about 2 cups worth there at the ceremony. And we just did lots of dancing and singing and just connecting with ourselves and with Mother Earth and with others there, and it was very beautiful and lots of love in that little space. I made so many new friends there, and I plan to attend again whenever I go back the next time. When it comes to vacationing and dieting, obviously it's on a per person basis, right? So if you only get to vacation like once a year or once every 5 years, you don't need to worry about sticking to a diet, right? Just enjoy yourself. Just, do as you please, eat as you please. I still think it's important to not stuff yourself completely full to where you're like miserable, right? Or where you retain a lot of water and you feel like your joints are all swollen, because that just makes things not fun. I've definitely done vacations like that where I would go all out and then it wasn't fun because I couldn't move my body like I like to and my joints were swollen and I just didn't feel good, or I had a tummy ache, or whatever it might be. So I still think it's important to eat slowly, portion out your meals properly, don't overindulge in one setting, and staying active while you are on vacation. So those are just some general rules of thumb that I say to all my clients that go on vacation, no matter where they're going, is to eat slowly, making sure that they're not, overindulging on each portion size, and just to focus on being as active as you can when you're on vacation. A lot of times you can bring your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which are calories burned not through exercise. You can bring your NEAT levels up quite a bit while on vacation, especially like, a beach type of vacation where you can just walk along the beach and get a little bit more of a workout there in the sand, or just exploring around, or even like going to New York or something where there's lots of walking involved. I think that helps a lot when it comes to being able to either maintain weight while on vacation, or not gaining much while on vacation as well. But if you are a frequent flyer, frequent traveler like myself, it's important to still stay on track with your diet, even if you're on vacation, for the most part. And I'm in show prep, and so I have to be a little bit more strict than others. But again, this is how I do it. And so take, what you want from these pictures and these videos. Also, ordering at restaurants, I like to think of a restaurant menu as a grocery list, essentially. So you look at a menu, and they can pretty much, again, depending on where you go, they can pretty much make whatever with the ingredients that they have. So if there's a fancy meal that has like some chicken, but then it has like a bunch of extra things that you don't really want because they just add extra calories, you can just ask them for the plain chicken and a side of this and a side of that, or whatever it may be. So you can also treat menus as an ingredient list, and I found that makes it a lot easier to keep it clean and stay on track with your diet while on vacation, and still being able to eat out with your friends and go to the same restaurants with your friends, and not miss out on activities. I think maybe that's a misconception, that people think that whenever they start a diet, that means that they're going to miss out on life. And it should not be that way at all. I never want a client or a friend or myself or anyone to have to turn down events, or hanging out with friends and family, or going out to eat with your grandparents, or whatever it may be, just because you're on a diet. Life comes first, family comes first, and you are not going to remember how you feel in this moment 30, 40 years from now. So what matters is this moment and making the most of it. And you don't have to give up your life just because you're on a diet, just because you want to lose some weight and get healthier, even if you're in show prep. I mean, there are times where, towards the end of prep, maybe like 2 to 4 weeks out, where I get kind of cranky and I don't really necessarily want to be around a bunch of food or a bunch of people. So I'll go a little bit more into hermit mode, but I still make sure that I'm surrounding myself with friends and family, and I don't say no to every single event. I'll say no to some events, especially if there's going to be like delicious, amazing food that I know I can't eat when I'm that close to my competition. But again, general dieting, you shouldn't ever have to say no. I never want anyone to have to do that. So this is showing that you can travel and you can live life and you can do these things and still be successful with a diet, or maintain weight while you're on vacation and still enjoy yourself.